Hello and welcome. In this video, I will be surviving 99 nights in a forest. Hope you enjoy and please like and subscribe. Where am I? I asked to myself as I opened my eyes. To waking up in a forest that seemed to be in the middle of nowhere. And to my surprise, I saw that I was stuck with a person in a dinosaur suit, chopping trees with ease. So I did what I can to help out and gathered the wood. My teammate would then tell me to pick up the wood. I didn't know if they were demanding me or not, but I just did it anyway, and dropped all the wood to start us a campfire. Later on, me and my sidekick went on to explore and stumbled across an abandoned campsite with materials. And to my surprise, I found a chest. But all it had was a useless bandage. As I turned around out of nowhere, a wolf snuck me and attacked me. And all my teammate did was watch. I don't know if they were scared or useless. As night fell, it somewhat felt like a normal night, but I still felt weird about my surroundings. As I turned around, I see my teammate thrown to the ground at our campfire. How did my teammate die? I don't know. As I start to hear noise behind me from the distance, I noticed large, glowing, abnormal eyes staring at us from afar in the shadows. As I walked over for a closer look, I saw the most terrifying and abnormal creature. I've never seen anything like it before. But I knew it saw me. I knew it hurt my teammate, so I wondered, am I next as it stared at me? But to my surprise, it covered itself as if something was bothering it and ran away. Maybe it was the light that scared it, so I kept this in mind in case I ever encounter it again. The next day, I went back to the abandoned campsite to grab the bandage I left behind to help my teammate. I revived my teammate so we can now continue our journey to surviving in this forest. As I continued my exploration, I found another chest and wasted no time opening it, to find out that it was a flashlight inside. Then I remembered the incident last night, so I kept it just in case. Maybe this can work if the monster ever showed up again, but only one way to find out. After finding some coins laying around, I saw a cave with a gate guarded by wolves with red collars. One of the wolves then saw me and chased me, so I ran. I was too outnumbered and unprepared to fight these wolves. So I returned to the campfire as night began to fall. We gathered good amount of food to survive off. So we cooked them, and I dazzled my special seasoning on the food. But in my mind, I knew that beast was still somewhere in the forest lurking and watching us. But I ignored it and ate food. Next day, me and the dino sidekick went back to the cave that was guarded by wolves. So we rushed to take out the wolves. But as I fought, I was taking too much damage and had to retreat for a bit. So I went to wonder for a bit and noticed a tower. Maybe there would be something useful here, so I went up the stairs. But all I saw was flashlights and scrap. As I headed back to my teammate to continue our fight with these wolves, she gave me a spear to fight them with. Now that I finally had a strong, reliable weapon, I felt invincible. But quickly I was jumped by two wolves at the same time and got put down fast. But I got back up and went back in to fight. And we came out with victory. After killing all the wolves, one seemed to drop a key. So I opened the gate and went inside the dark cave. There I found a chest and a door. As I opened the door, I found a crying child, so I helped them back to my camp and ran as dark fell. Now that we have rescued one missing child, it's time to rescue the others. The fifth day, I went hunting for food until I came across a fairy. Finally, another normal person. Turns out she wanted me to gather flowers for seeds, so I accepted. So I went to gather flowers because I knew we would need more fruits and whatever we can get. As days went, me and my companion found a stronghold. I was skeptical, so I warned my companion to not go inside because we were too unprepared. We didn't know what was inside and didn't want to know. While on a hunt for scraps, I found some weird armed people with masks, so I snuck them and took them out. Seeing that my teammate arrived late while I did the work, I went and took all the loot from the chest. On day 14th, the pelt trader arrived and offered useful and new tools. He offered me a spear, leather armor, and good axe for a bunny foot. So I went with the good axe to cut trees more faster. But as I went to go chop some wood, it started to rain and thunder. So I gathered whatever food I can get and waited until the rain stopped and let the wood dry off. After the rain stopped, night began to fall and I had a bad feeling that we were in trouble tonight. And there it was. The deer. But as I turned, I realized we were being attacked by those masked men from before. Me and my companion, however, managed to fight them all off. And as I looked, the deer was nowhere to be seen. So we collected what we could off their bodies and threw them into the fire. One had a necklace around his neck, so I snatched it and threw him in the fire. During another hunt for materials, I found myself far from the campsite in the rain. And surprisingly, there was a rifle and ammo, so I grabbed them and tried to get back as fast as I can. But before I knew it, I found myself far from the campfire at night. And to my surprise, I was snuck. After getting done pretty bad, I wasted no time getting back to work. But then I came across another cave guarded by wolves, but with blue collars. So I grabbed my rifle and went into action. After killing them all, I found another key, a blue key, so I took it and unlocked the gate. I then went inside the cave for a bit, but I started feeling hungry. So I rushed outside looking for food, only to realize there was raw meat on the ground. Becoming so desperate, I decided to eat the raw meat. I had no choice. It was either I die of hunger or live and get food poisoning. After that, I went back down inside the cave. There, I found another door and opened it. I found another missing child and rescued them, making my way back to the camp. But night managed to catch up to me. Now I was once again facing the night and watching my back. As I looked behind me, there he was, the deer, chasing me relentlessly. So I ran and ran as my life depended on it. Then I thought about it and remembered the flashlight I kept. So I spun back and flashed the light in the deer eyes, stunning it, giving me time to run, and made it safely to my campfire. Four days after, I found myself searching a chest in another tower. There I found an even stronger flashlight. This would be very useful against the deer if we ever faced again. After finding a treehouse, I also found some very good loot. There I was, in the rain, somehow finding myself away from the campfire late at night. And behind me, an angry, bloodlusted, monstrous deer chasing me down. But I made it back safe thanks to this flashlight. Later, I took my companion to the same treehouse I had loot not too long ago so that they can also find some stuff. But later that night, we would be attacked by the cultists, and this time it was more, and they were powerful. They came for revenge. So I start shooting them down one by one, but my companion was hit bad. She got back up and continued to fight and help me, and we defeated them. The next days, we spent trying to gather resources and craft new things for the camp. I gathered wood and built a map of the forest to make it easier for us to find our way back. As I was trying to find shelter from the rain, I came across a building. It had overgrown branches covering the door, so I decided to break it down and see what's inside. The wood was so tough, I felt like I was chopping for hours. Just to find out there were more cultists hiding in here. One shot an arrow at me, but I dodged and ran back to camp to avoid conflict due to me having no ammo left. But when night fell, I saw that my teammate had died again. I tried to help, but I was being chased. So I blinded him with my flashlight, but that didn't give me enough time to save her. However, he got a good hit on me, but I wasn't falling this time. Next day, I went back to rescue my teammate once again, as always. After the rescue, I decided to head back to that strange place I had found, and I attacked the cultists that hid there. Barely making it out alive, I decided to retreat and head back to my camp, as I would later come with my companion to finish the job. Me and my companion arrived to finish off the last cultist. He didn't put up a fight at all. However, I found a strange piece and put it up. It looked like an anvil, so I searched for the other pieces to build it back up. One by one, I found them and connected them together. To our surprise, this was a crafting table for gear. After seeing this, we set off to gather the materials for powerful loot. But to our short notice, night began to fall. But when night came, they came again and stronger than before, but I had faith in us. Due to us wreaking havoc on their cult, they attacked us at our campfire. But we were outnumbered this time and too weak. My teammate had somehow fall again, and I had to save us. So I knew I had to be strategic with this fight as I was getting chased. I decided to take out the archers first. And then I gathered the remaining cultists alive and killed them, helping us survive another terrifying night in this forest and saving us again. After the fight, I grabbed a med kit I had left over and rushed to my teammate aid. But it seems my teammate had enough and gave up. She then dropped her gun, decided she doesn't want to fight anymore. After this, I don't know where she went, but I was all alone now. Trying my hardest to gather materials by myself as a one-man team. The fire was barely holding out. I was in a rush and chopped down as many trees as I could to stop the fire from going out. While trying to prevent myself from starving, night came and the fire was almost out. I had no idea what to do but to stay ready for what came next. Then it happened. The fire went out. There he was, rushing me, hungry and furious. So I scared him off with my light one last time. But soon, survival became more hard. I was starving. I had no food and no motivation to continue. I had no chance of surviving this anymore. So I gave up. I gave up and let the forest consume what's left of me. It was better this way than to let that beast finish me off. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Until next time, folks.